What did I just watch? Yeah, somehow the power of God, Jujutsu Kaisen, was able to deliver once again. And oh my lord, I am speechless. I really don't know where to start. From the beginning of the episode, I could feel something was different. The aura, the vibe, the very episode had that feel, and I could smell it. I knew something was about to cook. Movie bars here, we have Megumi running from Haruta, blood-stained on the very streets of Shibuya. At this point, this boy's body was ready to give up on its own. Nowhere left to turn, with his very body failing on him. Megumi had no choice but to use this very thing. He starts a ritual to summon a Shikigami, one I'm just in total awe of. This thing hits Megumi away, not before he gives a crazed smile, knowing the man in front of him is about to get whooped. And oh boy, this man Haruta was already having a panic attack. Daddy came home, but it wasn't with the milk, it was with that belt. Thankfully, Rapunzel was swept away by the king of curses, Sukuna, yet to live another day. What I do love about the scene in general is the flashback with Gojo and Megumi, giving us insight to the technique Megumi is about to use, along with some history and lore of the world of JJK, making you wonder what the other sorcerers are like within JJK and what we have to see yet in the anime. Sukuna then decides to heal Megumi as he needs him for future purposes and proceeds to take steps towards Mahoraga. For Fushiguro Megumi to survive, Sukuna himself will have to intervene and, well, have a taste of the godly being before his eyes. It then kicks off. Mahoraga, like Wolverine, summons a claw and bats it above the king's head, but with one arm he is able to block, flash stepping and delivering a punch in mid-air. Then proceeds to cut at his very skin. At this point, they both go flying in opposite buildings, and oh boy, you can tell from this small exchange the power these two both hold. Concrete flying in the air, glass shattering at the very impact of these two going toe to toe. And if you think Sukuna wasn't disrespectful already, god damn, this man walks out of a building unscathed with soda and popcorn. Like, god damn, like, he's like me watching the episode, chewing away while my eyes are blessed. You know what I call that? Self-aware. This man Sukuna knows he's him. These two start going at it, and when I mean going at it, I mean it. On the side of a building while this man Sukuna is backflipping like a gymnast while slicing and dicing these man's very limbs. But it gets better. Face to face, these two start swinging. Well, at least one of them. Sukuna is able to use the very palms of his hands to block Mahora's flurry of punches, again while still cutting not only him up, but the very building they are in, and then proceeds to throw him like a javelin, to where these two start playing catch with cars, going back and forth with each other. There's a pause. Moment to catch your breath, if you will. With one look up into the sky, you can see the destruction these two have left on Shibuya already. But like I said before, that's just a taste, and oh boy, it's just getting started. Smashing into a building of civilians, this man Sukuna does not care. He continues to slice and dice, and in the process, he does not care about who gets hurt around him. He continues to whoop the beast in front of him, and it's not enough. This thing just keeps getting up over and over again. Everything is just wild in this scene. The exchanges and the attention to detail are next level. This man Sukuna was even swinging like Spider-Man in this one scene, and god damn, unlike Spider-Man, Sukuna does not care about saving anyone. We see buildings falling, cars tumbling on the streets, all while civilians are in the perimeter. One could really say this was the apocalypse. Only thing needed is the hellfire. And my, is that coming? All around, I felt like I was watching a Mob Psycho episode with the colors and just everything on the screen being presented with these two dishing it out, flying through the air, rubble and destruction, the scene everywhere. And there's a reason for that. Why, you might ask? The same boy from last week, ItzAzuSensei, is back at it once again. And not only that, let me take a minute to thank all the staff. Not Mapper, but the staff. My heart really goes out to all of them in these hard times. Can I get a hashtag thank you staff down below? A red palette that engulfs the sky, almost symbolizing the very bloodshed that is about to happen. Flames and havoc are everywhere. Two godly beings' faces being shown. Yet something truly out of this world. Unlucky for one, they are facing the very devil. With one smile, things turn from already bad to even worse. An unholy OST fills our eardrums. This really is something out of the depths of hell. The sky painted a bloody red as the pit of Shibuya is brought down into hell, being cut up and smelted in the process. With one final shot of an arrow, everything within the vicinity is gone without a trace. And the only thing left is a burnt up pit to remind anyone who may see what happened in Shibuya when that devil was let out. Wow, wow, I really don't know what to say, and I don't know how the staff was able to do this. The freelancers, to the Mappa employees, not the Mappa corporate, all of that, whatever. All the staff who took part in this episode, I'm on my hands and knees to say thank you. And if this really is the last episode before a break, or before it goes to a mess, then thank you, and what a way to go out. And well, another thank you for killing this little princess right here. Arigato! Sukuna knows his time and decides to give Itadori Yuji a sight to behold before switching back with him, leaving just a few parting words.
Yuji. お前は強いから人を助けろ。
Motionless, all Yuji can do is just stand there and watch, as the memories of what transpired that day come pouring in. Yuji was meant to save people. Well, that's at least what his grandpa asked before he died. But in this very body, his very body, the exact opposite happened to take place. Only I should die. 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 These words repeating as Yuji repeatedly digs his fingers into the ground, showing the very blood that was on his hands. With one last scream into the ground, we pan up into the sky and see the very destruction left by the cause of one man being let out. Yuji swears he must fight, because if this very thing continues, he'll be nothing but a murderer. Wow. If this doesn't leave you speechless, I do not know what ever will in any anime. The hopelessness as Yuji cries out leaves me feeling for him, as he knows he was not able to save a single soul. Nobody can blame him here. The powerlessness, all caused by one singular man. I can't even fathom what 5 more fingers will do, because this man Sukuna at this rate could end the very series if he wanted to. Not only that, but you got this man Nanami looking like Two-Face out of Batman, almost marching to his inevitable death yet to come. All around an amazing episode, and well, to put it simply, it left me speechless. Now where there's good, there's some bad. And from next week, apparently no episodes are finished, or yet to be finished. And from these episodes you can tell some details, like the Megami ritual and some ways people were drawn, but there may have been some problems. I really do hope we get a break and are able to wait for the utmost quality this series deserves. Once again, let's get a hashtag thank you staff down below, because if this is what they can do in this short amount of time, could you imagine what they are able to do at their peak?